Hey Krista, it is Saturday, January 11th, and this week I wanted to talk about sort of the fun things that we sometimes get to do, or like the weird, cool things that we've got going on. So last weekend was Magfest. Magfest is a music and video game festival. It's at the National Harbor every year. It's a lot of fun. It's a big, big, big space. There's lots of conventions that go there, so that's not like the unique part about Magfest, but it's like the one I go to there, so that's the cool part about it. But they use the whole space. Like as of the second day that I went, I couldn't even park at National Harbor. I had to park over at the MGM and then walk over to get there, and it's just a very big thing. It's a lot of fun. Got to see some cool stuff. Got to see some indie video games. Got to see friends who were from out of town visiting. Got to see just a lot. It was a lot of fun. So that was like a cool thing that happened this week. Also, cool in that it was a cool event, but it wasn't. It's for kind of not a great thing. My boss was on ABC this past week to discuss the tariffs that are going into effect for imported goods. This is going to dramatically affect my business because we import wine and other spirits from France, Italy, all over Europe. I mean, all over. So it's going to be a big impact for us. And there's talk of it being 100% tariff, which means that like champagne's going to double in price. That means that everything's going to double in price. So here's a little clip from that.
Yeah, good morning. Right now, the wine industry is in a bad place, right in the middle of a tariff war. The Trump administration enacted a 25% tariff back in October on European wines, and now the threat is that there's going to be a 100% tariff on French wines like these right here and champagne. We're talking to Alex Thompson here inside his warehouse. This is the Prestige LeDroit Distribution Company. Alex, last hour we talked about customers being affected, the prices going up, maybe not being able to find your favorite wine. But this goes deeper. Workers could really be affected here.
Absolutely. I mean, the impact that this could have on workers throughout our industry is just massive. There are so many businesses, large and small, that depend so much on imported wine from Europe and other goods from Europe that tariffs imposed on those products could just wipe a lot of companies out. And obviously, a ton of jobs could become casualties of this tariff war.
And how have you been affected with the retailers you distribute to here in D.C.? I mean, some of these small businesses could be in real big trouble.
Sure, and we're deeply concerned for our customers. D.C. and Maryland are such strong independent markets. We have so many independent retail shops and independent restaurants that could bear the brunt of these tariffs, and they don't necessarily have a larger network of other chains or other franchises to rely on, to fall back on. So the impact, particularly in our area, could be really devastating.
Thanks for talking to us, Alex. And the 100% tariff could go into effect as early as next week.
I still need to get a more thorough like walk around for what my job looks like, for what the warehouse looks like, and everything. Which I need to do that. This whole week, every single day, I got home and it was like, damn it, I forgot to take that footage. But it is what it is. So let's see. That's about it. I am in the midst of spring cleaning right now, so I guess that's a good topic for future conversation, which is like, what kind of things are we actively getting rid of and or pruning out of our lives? So like, I've got a lot of crap starting to accumulate now that I have a house and now that I don't have the limitations that I used to have. So I went to IKEA and I got these kind of magazine binders. Like these, we've had these before. Mom has them. We've seen them around the house. I have them for other stuff, but I bought a bunch of them because so I started buying physical comic books again, and I was hoping that would. I was hoping that would help me read, because I've been having issues with my eyesight recently, looking at monitors. And it turns out the print's actually worse, but I'm back in the habit, and I like having physical stuff. So this is my collector thing that I'm doing. So that's a thing. That's a self-improvement thing I'm doing. I'm trying to get my shit in order. And yeah, that's a good point to bring up the eyesight, though. So I booked an eye exam for this week. It's been a little over a year coming. I have astigmatism in my left eye, and my right eye has been sort of overcompensating for the last 2 decades. And I was always told like, yeah, your eyes will get tired faster. I didn't realize they meant that like in the long term. So like I can see fine in like small stretches, but if I like try to read what's meant for like fun reading, that tends to be where it like gets stressed out. I bit the bullet today because I tried to like take a break and just like read for enjoyment, and I got about a page into it before I started getting a headache. So that's fun. Getting older sucks, but that's why we try to improve ourselves. Why we try to fix the space around us. We try to fight the entropy. It's really easy to give in to sort of a whittling away of your system and of your assets, but this is like me coming to terms with that. I actually have to do something about it. So who knows? Maybe by the time we're doing the next video, I'll be wearing glasses. But yeah. So for this week, just talk about things that you're doing to either like trim off that's like gotten in your way recently, or stuff you're doing to kind of like improve yourself. And if you want to get footage of your workspace so that I can remember to do footage of mine, that's also great too. But anyway, I will see you next time.